Welcome back to the podcast, the Schmeat Nation 3 podcast presented by Power Director. I am your host, Kieran Kale. Alongside me, Adam Rocket. How are we doing, Adam? Week 11 of the fantasy football season.
What is up, Schmeat Nation? Yeah, week 11. The season it goes by too quick, man. It goes by way too quick.
Yeah, it is crazy we're already here. Time's just flying. I wish the off season could go by as quickly, but
It never does.
Not so fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to the time of year where it's just looking towards that playoff picture, and it's a tight race. Everyone's still in it. Everyone's still very much in it.
Somehow still in it, and let's go take a peek at why we're still in it here. That's not it. Oh no, it's happening again. There we go. Did it work?
Yeah, I see it.
Here we go. All right, jumping into the matchups here. And as I said last week, the team is back. We are just a buzzsaw at the moment. Take down another opponent, 109 to 102. And yeah, I mean, we said it in the podcast, like Parker's team's pretty damn abysmal. I guess we didn't touch on any of his injuries and bye weeks, which was a comment of us, but
even with the injuries, though, I mean, I'm not super high. This guy's been high on Chris Olave for 3 years, it seems like, and it's just never worked out for him, and he keeps falling for it. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where even with the injuries, I'm not super hyped about his team.
Yeah, I don't even think, is he even supposed to come back this season? Like, he's got to be contemplating retirement, right? He's on the injured reserve, so I don't know. Holding on to him seems interesting. I guess you can't drop him, but on my side of it, it's just the mids. I got a team full of mids. Even when some guys do great, like it's still fucking Mark Andrews, my most points scored. Like, guy's a legend, dude. Tight end 8, that's what I drafted him.
Yeah, it's crazy to look at your team because, like, they didn't do that bad. Like, the wide receiver down to the flex all did what you expected to. And it's just those running backs, man. The zero RB, it's tough to make it work.
Yeah, I guess
that was me last year, and it didn't
yeah.
work, and I was like, never again. I overdrafted running backs this year, but
that's a smart move. I saw that it's like the worst year for zero RB in like the last 10 years based on how running backs in that range you would take them have performed. So to then lose someone who'd been a bright spot as well for the last, like, I don't know, 3 weeks has been pretty brutal. But you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We got
this matchup is important for the playoff race because I think, yeah, you're both 4-6 now.
Absolutely massive, and it's a team of destiny. Really, we'll drag you down to our level and beat you in experience, man. Like, jumping into the next one, Reese takes down Jasper. Back-to-back weeks of slotting in an injured player for Jasper turns out to not work. Can't pull the luck again. It really averages out because Reese had a goose egg. I'm pretty sure this guy played and just threw up nothing. So. That's unfortunate for him, but gets another gross win, 110 points. Baker had an off week, but CMC's back doing his thing.
CMC is back, and that is what Reese has been waiting this whole time for. Survived with having CMC on IR, and if he goes back to what he is, I mean, that's a thing to be scared about come playoff time.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the path for Reese with these players, assuming that.
I mean, Chase Brown's coming alive at the right time. That's a pretty strong RB1-2 duo there.
An absolute huge plays. He just held on to this guy the whole time, or did he pick him up? Oh,
look at that.
That's devastating. Yeah, I remember this in a couple of leagues, actually.
RB.
Yeah, I guess it could have worked.
This guy would have.
Yeah, I mean, how long do you hold on to this guy? I guess he had trending up in carries.
Yeah.
That's tough to look at, but that happened in 2 leagues too. I remember the 2 leagues I took Chase Brown. I was like, I guess Zach Moss is the guy. Devastating. Yeah, I mean, start your fucking players, Jasper. Jesus Christ. Moving on, we got Max 3-7 up against Bradley. Bradley takes him down. Oh, just not even close. I don't think anyone expected anything different. I mean, it's pretty tough sledding for Max at the moment. And Bradley just doing his thing, gets right back up in the 130s.
Yeah, Max. Yeah, I mean, he just lost a bunch of dudes to injury, and he's not the biggest waiver wire guy, but he picked up players and he played them, and they just weren't good. So what can you do? The Travis
Yeah, I
Etienne
think
is a
his
bust. Brees
QB
Hall is a
is
bust. Like,
Gino. Yeah.
yeah,
God, the Brees Hall's been a travesty. He's still RB8,
I don't know
but
how he's RB8. My God.
I guess I've forgotten these. Yeah, I don't know. It's gotta have felt horrible. I mean, here's a stretch of 3 weeks and stretch of two, but I guess otherwise he's just 50-50, I guess. Maybe that just shows the running back landscape.
Yeah, maybe.
He's on a tough one. Brad's got a formidable unit there. And again, I feel like every week Brad doesn't have a single startable guy on his bench. They're all on bye or injured. Like
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. He'll get Brock Bowers back in the lineup, so that'll be good for him.
he's
That
definitely on that
to do
min
with the
max.
Pitts experience, yeah.
Yeah, not too much to harp there. And then was this game of the week? No, it was not. But a sneaky good game here. You dropping 168, and God, it's got to feel horrible. Look around the league. Eddie could have beat every single other person. Is that? Oh my God,
Yeah, that
that's
is
the worst, especially
tough
when
to
you're
be
in
Eddie there.
pursuit. Oh, just gotta feel bad. But I mean, this one felt over on
This
Thursday,
one,
but
I
then
mean,
he did make you work for it.
yeah, it was one of those ones where on Sunday morning I saw the long Ricky Pearsall touchdown, and I was like, oh no, I can see this happening. And then, like, just throughout the day, his players kept putting up points, but in reality, it just never really was that close. It was
Yeah,
over on Sunday, which was nice. Like, I didn't have to wait until Monday to have it confirmed.
that is good for you. You like to see it. And it's like now are the time where these victories hurt even more because it's like early on, you drop one of these, you're like, well, I still have, that's a good sign for my team, but you feel slightly cheated for sure. But good performance by Eddie. I think like some of the moves you question, but I got to give it to him. Ricky Pearsall. It's always going
I
to be
mean, what
one or
else did he
two
have
of
on that
those
bench?
Niners guys. And yeah, Bills D, but couldn't have done anything, could he? Maybe Evan Ingram get him 3, but couldn't beat you.
Yeah.
It's a good max, and he gets Ken Walker back next week, who's been a unit. So he's got a team. He's got something going there. And jumping in another guy who's on a bit of a hot streak here, along with me, Connor, drops 125. Bit of an upset here. Neither of us predicted this, but he did have 41 on Thursday, and then the rest is just kind of what it is. But that really was the shining light, and
I mean, yeah,
Andrew kind of found mid.
if you take the 40 points away from Joe Burrow and just give him like a good QB week at 25 points, I mean, I'm not sure that he wins this, right? 16 points less.
He does, yeah. He needed Joe Burrow to only throw 30 points instead of 41. That final touchdown killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to see it, but
yeah, and I mean, I feel like this is kind of just what Andrew's team has become at this point after back-to-back 180-point weeks. Like, his team is just the epitome of boom bust. So hopefully CeeDee Lamb can stay relevant with Cooper Rush because he's kind of dependent on them.
yeah, and then it's just kind of been the Josh Allen story. He's not really like the 25. I feel like you would be so happy for. Like, what has he really done this season? Like, yeah, he's kind of been all over. So,
QB4, right?
oh yeah, he's still good though. Yeah, the weeks have been solid. So,
yeah, it's just when you don't get 20 points from Josh Allen, you're kind of just like, oh, why did I draft this guy in the third round?
yeah, and then Kincaid went out with an injury. That's a bummer, although even he hasn't really been tremendous. So,
yeah,
certainly not what you want.
it's been a rough year for tight ends.
Yeah, and I guess it would have been Cortland Sutton instead of, well, obviously CD, but realistically, I guess instead of D Hop. But tough move to make. Can't blame him. Still has a good team. Still solid. And moving on, game of the week here, but it wasn't close. Despite an insane performance from Lamar, you kind of had the tempered expectations with the Zay and Ravens play, so it didn't feel like quite the leap you would expect from a guy who had people in that Thursday game to perform. And then, I mean, Jamie is just average 148, puts up 147, like so consistent, finds points all over the place. And damn, even with CMC coming back, like still got Kittle into the end zone and Debo some action. So one of those two will probably always fall into the end zone on a given week. And
yeah, I think that's pretty good.
And
then, I mean, you got Brock Purdy throwing it to them. So even with Christian McCaffrey, like the guy catches so many passes that it's like Brock Purdy will still get points from there. And then on the side of Seth, I mean, this is just another what looks to be zero RB bust. Like he's got Josh Jacobs on the bench, so at least he has one guy. But man, he's gonna struggle to fill out that second spot.
Yeah, we're in the same spot except he has 4 wide receiver ones and I have a bunch of losers. So, and this is like, yeah, I mean, Zach Moss put up like these weeks and was getting all the fucking carries. Kobe,
Yeah,
man, horrible.
Chase
And it
Brown
pivot.
is
I guess now he's hurt, so
yeah.
I don't know where I put the rankings. I don't know. If I do this, let me know if you can see that. Can you see them?
Yep.
All right, moving on into the rankings here. A little bit of movement, some shaking. I think the top still feels pretty cemented to me, and I might slip Eddie in. It looks like you would too at 5 and feels like really solid.
Mm-hmm.
And then from here on out, it's clusterfuck.
After those 2 180 weeks from Andrew, I was like very cemented in him being the number 14. But honestly, at this point, it's kind of a coin flip between him and Eddie at 4-5 there. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Eddie's team for a while, but I mean, lately it seems like it's been doing at least all right, you know?
Yeah, he's got a team. I think he's trying to get it in the playoffs for the first time since joining the league. So, Schmeat Nation 3 statisticians, let me know in the comments if that's correct or not, but it seems right. And then, yeah, I mean, Jasper just kind of needs to play players, like, but now it might be too far gone. I think it's worth bringing up the standings. Like,
no, it's definitely not gone because he's literally one game out. He's got the
3 and
highest
7.
points for.
I guess
he's got the highest points for too. So if he had picked up a win earlier, like he's 1 game out of playoffs right now.
True. It's not over. It's not over. That's fair. He can make some disruption there, and then, yeah, I feel like everyone else. I mean, it's any given Sunday, like for sure. All these teams are kind of pretty much. No one's got a unit down here, and no one's got a horrible team.
Yeah,
potentially
exactly.
Max, I guess.
Like it's just. What was I gonna say? Reese with the 1,000 points there. I don't even know if that can't be right, can it? 1,073, is that really?
Yeah, because he was at 900. We did the same thing last week. We were like, that can't be true. I don't know. This guy has.
How does he just have like 150 points? Like his points against has to be atrocious.
I mean, yeah, it's.
Fair enough.
Nah, I'm too far deep, but I just have to see Reese's. The line of his graph has got to just be incredible to look at. It'll be funny with Max because the range will be what it is. Yeah, I mean 8. Oh my.
What is his max point? His highest was 140, I guess. So I mean, he's been there, but most of it is below 150.
That's higher than my max. He has 6 picks. That is a tough string of events. I mean, feels the same, but at least he has hope. Like you have to imagine with CMC gives him hope, but we had a very similar season. He was just able to sneak out a couple wins.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at the same spot, I suppose, but I don't know if there's anything really to touch on here. I mean, Parker's team is kind of bad. He moved down. Mm-hmm. Seth moves down, but it's still like, I don't know, these 3 are all.
I feel like the top 3 is, it's 1A, 1B, 1C. It's tough to distinguish, and we're all super close in points scored at this point. So.
Yeah, it is crazy that you all are in 1,400 and then the next is 100 away. Like, it's crazy. Not bad.
That's going to be tough for those bye weeks. I mean, I'm glad that I've got the points right now and the extra game in hand, but I mean, it's three teams for 2 spots.
Yeah, and you're ripping the gauntlet right now, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of, should we jump in? Let's tweet the standings. I already did, but that's always a little silly.
Yeah.
We'll check playoffs at the end here, but what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-way tie? Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie for 6th place. There's the math. Feels good to be in this rumbling, man. You just want a chance.
I mean, it's just one of those things where it goes till the end. Like you never know.
Yeah, and Eddie, who holds it, only a 36% chance of winning. Like, it's pretty fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Very close around. Everyone's still dogfighting down here, so picked up a couple wins.
It is very fun to be at the top looking down for now.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because I remember being there. I've had seasons like that where I'm just trying to squeak into playoffs. But I was looking at my league history on the app today, and the most amount of games I've ever won in a regular season is 8. So feels crazy.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
yeah, you could push yourself over the edge.
yeah.
Peek at the luck, unluck. Yeah, my team is horrible. That's terrible. You're right up at the top there. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Jasper at 11, but obviously he could have moved up in the state. It's a user error for sure.
Yeah,
and then 6, 5, 7, yeah, and then 12 for Max. So it's pretty linear now at this point, which I assume means these are going to be pretty similar. Yeah, 12, 11.
Yeah.
Moving down. Jamie has had the toughest out of the top dogs. So
Yeah, Reese wild. It's wild that he's 4 and 6, but I guess he is in 10th place. So
yeah, he must have had some clenchers. Yeah, we'll see how it is. He's got a good chance here. All right, jumping into the matchups here. Jamie going up again. We like to call this one an unstoppable force against an immovable object. I mean, it's just what we've been saying all year.
yeah, I mean the disrespect from ESPN with the line down there, 22 points.
Yeah, that's crazy. I felt like I had decent depth all season. I mean, I guess I got 2 guys. I really just had all 4 of my receivers the whole season, and then Deontay fucking went and decided to get traded like an idiot. So hopefully in his revenge game, he can put up more than 5.8, but I don't imagine there to be any semblance of a chance. Let's look at the lines. I mean, look at Jamie in black and me down in orange. She just always would beat me, except for week 5. So even in her bad weeks, she beats me. So I can't imagine there's any chance
it's
here.
just a tale of 2 different seasons. I mean, one successful and one not so much so far. But like you said, you could sometimes squeak out a win when it doesn't seem possible. I mean, Connor won last week against Andrew. You could get a 40-point performance from Jaden Daniels. Sure. I mean,
that'd be nice. That'd be good after you
get Brian Robinson back. Yeah.
Yeah, the sky's the limit, really.
I'm taking Jamie in this matchup, though.
Yeah, I think we'll be lined up on that one. I don't think there's any reason to pick myself here. Seems pretty clean. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Maybe.
Don't think so. The players just too consistent. 139. That's nuts. I haven't put up 139 all season. Jamie averages it.
Is she on bye too? Like I thought her.
Yeah, she's missing Neighbors.
And
she has to play Judy. I don't think otherwise.
I don't think it'll come down to that though. I don't think that matters too much.
No, that would be a little shocking. Jumping into the next one here, Reese up at 135 in projection versus Max at 116.8. I mean, that's the CMC difference. I'm sure historically he absolutely bodies Seattle. So, but coming off the bye, maybe they can slow him down. That's probably what Max's win condition is, because otherwise, top down, it does look pretty favored to Reese, I would have to say. I think he's missing a QB. Yeah. He's missing Baker, but otherwise, oof.
He is going with Goff off of the 5 interception game. I mean, I get that it's Jacksonville, but Jacksonville did just pick off Sam Darnold 3 times. So,
ooh, that's it. You know what? I think he could throw 5 picks and Reese still win.
I mean,
maybe it's too harsh, but I don't know. Travis Etienne, Zach Ertz in the flex against.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, Travis Etienne has just been a bust this year. I don't know. Like you said, it's tough. It's tough to pick Max in this spot.
It's tough to look at. He's got boom potential for sure. Mm-hmm. Like, unlike the absolute surprise that was Connor last week, I feel like I can see the path a little bit here. Especially because Reese's team consistently horrible. So maybe we shouldn't be buying into this narrative, honestly.
I know,
yeah. Average.
I mean,
we're talking ourselves into a trap.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where Nick Chubb hasn't done anything, and all of a sudden he's projected 14 points. Like,
wait, whoa, what on earth? Why is that? That like, is
it's after the bye week, but he's been recovering for super long. Like, I just think that Cleveland's offense is bad.
Can you run on them? Oh, I forgot it opens like that. I thought it does something else. That's interesting. Yeah.
I don't
You know
know.
what? Now that I analyze it, way too harsh in the beginning. This is really anyone's game.
I think,
Also,
yeah, I mean, I think it's closer than the projections say.
yeah. Amen. He's got some high points there. I hit 22.8 from CMC, I guess, but
Yeah, I mean,
just feels like this
you
is going
have
to be
to
the
think
week.
that Christian McCaffrey is going to keep going off. I mean, he's fantasy cheat code, unless it's just over.
Yeah, and I mean,
Like,
like
it's
last week
never
was their
over
light
until it is,
usage.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
he
I'm
still
still
looked
taking
amazing
risks
last
here.
week. I think I'll go as well. Light it up here. Now, all right, here we go. Parker going up against Jasper. Jasper at the moment with full team of players who are gonna play the game. Something we
Look what
haven't
happens
seen
to his
in 3 weeks from Jasper. And on Parker's side, I mean, it's been a damn tough season for him. Pretty unlucky with the
My thing
injuries. But
about Jasper is literally with the new update of the app, they literally put in a button where you press one button and it puts in all the guys with the highest projections, which is just what you're going to do anyway. So just wake up on Sunday and press that button.
he wakes up too early. I asked him, and he said he gets up early, like 5 a.m. The players are still not ruled out yet because it's 8 a.m. East Coast time, and then he, I guess, doesn't check at. Now you gotta check from 9 to 10, Jasper. It's a single time. Don't even check when you wake up at 5. He probably doesn't even watch the videos. Maybe. Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you watch the videos.
Yeah, be sure to give us the thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, Jasper's team just looks way better than Parker's.
I know. Like, the running backs are insane. I love Kamara and Kyron. Like, yeah, just two guys that have been so good all year.
Yeah, they are absolute stalwarts. And it feels like a new Patrick Mahomes. Like they got D-Hop and they've been throwing it a little more. I guess he didn't. That wasn't true last week, but I don't know. He's kind of turned it on a little bit where he was a little super boring early. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll see if he can throw it against the Buffalo defense in Buffalo too. Although I don't think it's this season yet where it gets tough to play there.
Yeah. On Parker's side, I mean, here I'll mention the injuries for Parker. He's got Chris Olave and Mike Evans out.
But Mike Evans by anyway.
True.
He's going Russ
Maybe he gets
over
him
Jordan Love. So
yeah. I'll say it. I mean, even if he had Mike Evans and Chris Olave in the lineup, I'd probably still take Jasper here.
yeah, I think I'll take Jasper as well. I mean, it's looking like an Excel spreadsheet with some of these numbers here. Like, these are not the guys you want to play. I mean, he's taking just a random flyer.
I mean,
on
this guy loves New Orleans. This guy's just obsessed with Derek Carr.
Huge Derek Carr stan. And, you know, like you said, it's not necessarily his season, but this would be a huge win. I think he puts the nail in the coffin on Jasper's season with a win here. And keeps himself alive. So if he can squeak it out, it'll do it. But we might double up again because I'm going to take Jasper too. I think it's just tough to envision a world where this pulls through, but you never know. I mean,
stranger things have happened.
Yeah, he's got a lot in the Cleveland New Orleans game, so he'll be watching that one.
He will be watching that one to close.
Super close. All right, here we go. Here's a good one. Eddie. 4-6, taking on Andrew 6-4. Andrew coming off an off week after dropping back-to-back 180s on us. Meanwhile, Eddie coming off his best performance of the year. Gotta be. It's close.
Not
very
quite.
Close. Almost close.
He is trending in the right direction the last couple of weeks.
But he's going up at a time when it matters. So ESPN would tell you that it's Eddie by 18, but average tells you it's Andrew by 1 point. This is a pretty close matchup.
Still got two guys on the buy-in.
Oh my! Oh, yeah. So he gets to throw in Cortland Sutton there. Oh, this game's
Cortland Sutton in the defense, and it's basically even.
Yeah, true. Well, the kicker.
Oh yeah, kicker. My bad.
Although he
He's
might
probably throwing a defense.
Although I don't know, Bears are 8th, so maybe they'll slow down Green Bay. I don't think the defense has been the problem, but we need to do a video essay on the Bears season. That'd be way too long. On any side, I mean, all the way top down, pretty solid. Again, I think Ricky Pearsall, like, he's shown that his hat is in the rotation of guys who can score a touchdown from San Francisco, but it's just tough when it's not CMC to really rely on a 49er. Obviously outside of Purdy. So
It's just
we'll
like
see.
it's tough because I feel like both Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall are filling in the Ayuk role, and is that role big enough to support two guys? Is the thing.
We'll see. I mean, it was a fairly miracle touchdown, right? Where like Juwan
Mhm.
was getting fed. Like I think they put up nearly the same points, and Juwan just didn't have a touchdown. So maybe that'll change. But Kyle Shanahan's not usually like that. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
um,
I
it's a
really
nice
good
story and
teams.
all for Ricky Pearsall, but I don't know if he's going to be
Uh,
consistent. But I do like George Pickens. I mean, this guy, I feel like he's had George Pickens the last 2 years. He's a big Pickens fan, and I like he's played well with Russ so far. So
Yeah, absolutely. And then Jalen Hurts is of course good. I feel like both these guys are like should be feeling good. I think the only concern is like Dak is and his injury and what that looks like for CeeDee Lamb, who had probably his worst game and except for an 8.7. So like that'll be weird, but you have to imagine they'll just force feed him or
Mhm.
try, but I think they threw like 60 yards passing, and that might be even over what he threw last week. So there's not
Yeah,
a lot to go around, and that's such a bummer because that was obviously his first round pick.
yeah, and it's one of those things where like Cooper Rush being in isn't great, but then if they keep losing games, then they might go to Trey Lance, which I feel like would just be even worse for the passing game. Like I don't know, it's tough to see the light at the end of the tunnel for CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. Oh my God, you know what I just realized? I don't know if we have it from last week, but Andrew probably just lost because of the glare in Dallas. Because he should have had a touchdown. He was wide open. Yeah, 8. Yeah. He probably would have won if there
Yeah.
wasn't a fucking like magnifying glass into the end zone because CD was wide open and that ball was well thrown. He just can't see. So just one more reason to throw to
Jerry
Schmeat
Jones
up.
costing Andrew a win there.
That's brutal. He's already written a letter to him to let him know the sadness. This one is a tough one, but I guess I'll go with my rankings. Yeah, I'll go with Andrew in my rankings.
Okay, that's good because I was going to go Eddie. I think it's time for me to move Eddie up past Andrew in the ring. I think I like this team looking at them next to each other. I
Yeah,
think
it
I
is a
like Eddie
bummer to
more.
lose because normally he would have 3 RB1s, and really Joe Mixon is like the RB1 or two on the season with the way he's been playing, just been injured. So Chuba Hubbard gone is a big hit. We'll see how close it really ends up
Yeah.
being. But
But I mean, he replaces him with the high end wide receiver too in Cortland Sutton, which I did not know that Cortland Sutton was having as good of a season as he is.
yeah, I guess he's just been consistent and then kind of turned it on of late. So
Yeah.
that is shocking, though.
I mean, his touchdowns are way down from last year, but like 8 targets, that's like the last 3 games where he's got 21 targets, like 7 targets a game. I feel like that's not Cortland Sutton's strong suit, but hey, man.
He looks great, and they'll have to
Yeah.
throw it against Atlanta. So, which I think you can do. I think they're a throw funnel defense. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be a fun
sounds
one
like
to
a-
watch.
yeah.
Yeah, moving into another one here. Connor's on a bit of a run up against Bradley here. Brad at 6-4, trying to cement playoffs. I have to imagine you're in at 7 wins this year based on the string of 4 and 6 guys and how that's going to shake out. And then Connor trying to stay alive here.
Connor is coming off back-to-back wins, and he does have a 28% chance of making playoffs. So
I mean, this
not
is
the
what it's
best,
going to come down
but
to.
yeah. I mean, Brad's team certainly isn't the strongest. You can see it in the averages amongst the people being played. I mean, it's just one of those things where, again, it's the running backs just look weak.
Yeah, he's
James
got
Cook is
White
good.
and Tyrone on
Yeah,
bye,
yeah,
but the Justice Hill play, taking a page from his brother's book, wouldn't have worked out last week, but against Pittsburgh in a divisional game,
yeah. It's
maybe
always
can
you're
be
just
different.
praying for something weird to happen. And I mean, hopefully T. Higgins plays. That's probably what he's hoping for as well.
I'll tell you what, Tucker Kraft against Chicago, this guy has the name of someone who drops like a 3 touchdown game on the Bears in Soldier Field. Like this is just the type of shit that happens in these weeks historically. So
Yeah,
that's something to watch there because normally Bowers is such an edge for Brad. I mean, hopefully he is an edge and Tucker Kraft doesn't do that.
yeah. I mean, I'll say it again. Brad put up 130 last week, but I just don't see the path. Like, he's got 6 wins somehow, but man, I just don't. I don't know, and I'm gonna catch flack again for saying this, but I just don't like the team. I'm sorry.
If T. Higgins is in, I mean, the receivers look formidable. Obviously, Anthony Richardson coming back kind of sucks for Josh Downs, but I could throw in Dobbs. I don't know. He's got tough decisions to make, but quite frankly, like the receivers are leaps and bounds better than Connor's. Connor has a real receiving problem.
But maybe with Shane Waldron getting fired from Chicago, DJ Moore can then kind of open.
Yeah, that would be the hope, right? But especially this week, we put up 3 against the Patriots and now played the fucking Packers coming off a bye. Like, it feels bad.
I'm still taking Connor in this matchup.
Yeah, give me Brad. It felt like you were trending that way. A man after my own heart with the most booty of an RB2 in his lineup. I feel that. And here we go. Game of the week. Adam, you at 8-2, up against Seth at 7-3. A dogfight here, potentially a championship preview. We'll see how the playoffs shake out in terms of seeding, but man, it is good to look at guys who have good teams because the player rankings are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're missing quite a lot with the bye week, so people will point to that. But ESPN's still giving you an edge.
Yeah, I mean, he's got tight end on bye, and this is the play that I'm so worried about is Dalton Schultz, because I drafted this guy in so many leagues and I played him for way too long because the Texans kept losing guys, and I'm like, all right, this is the week that Dalton Schultz gets involved, and it never happened. And now that I'm playing against him, I just know that this guy's gonna get he's gonna get 3 catches for 8 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Reese, hammer the Dalton Schultz anytime touchdown. Yeah, this guy's done absolutely nothing. You just
and I played him because the Texans keep losing guys.
Dude, this guy's passed around, man. Holy shit!
And it's all I feel like it's all by me.
You even had a brief moment,
because that was when Nico Collins.
Yeah.
But anyway, I do get Nico Collins back in this game. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So
Damn,
that feels good.
Jamar's a 4-point edge over Justin Jefferson in average. Jesus Christ, he's having a hell of a season. Yeah, Nico Collins back. That's going to be the big one. They are at Dallas, though. What time is the game? Because this could be devastating. Is this a nighttime or afternoon?
I think it's a night game. Yeah, I think it's the.
Oh, yeah, Monday night game. Wow. Does he have anyone on Dallas? Oh, he's got the Dalton Schultz. Ooh, okay. We could have a little bit of a Monday night situation playing out there.
Where it comes down to the tight end, the Monday night tight end showdown.
Yeah, the battle. I think Nico Collins is definitely supposed to play, but you do got the Waddle backup, or even Dowdle. You have the game time decision backup, so you're set there.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to go away from projections, but it's also nice to be on the opposite sides of the ball here. It's scary with the Pittsburgh play, but we did bully Seth into playing Titans defense. So
I did see this morning that he dropped the Baltimore defense, and I'm like, take that.
This is going to be the week Baltimore just shows up, man, and just bodies Pittsburgh. Although it's in Steeler country, so.
Yeah, usually I go crazy over 28-point projection, but I feel like Lamar at 28 is just so. That might be under projecting it.
Yeah, it's low according to 30.7.
30 points. Man, it must be good for this guy.
Yeah, he's doing laps on the competition. I should go get him. He's really reliable. Thanks, IBM Watson. Let's compare.
It's better than your TV.
What is this tool? Does anyone use this?
It's the trade helper, right?
All right, sick. I tried to do the trade.
Why is this projection only 23 right there? Or was that James?
That's his variance. I don't know.
Who cares?
It's fucking wild. Yeah, I mean, Josh Jacobs should have a fucking field day against the Bears. You can run all over them. So
Yeah, but not every single Packers player could feast against the Bears, right?
Yeah, but I guess if I had to lock in one, Josh Jacobs seems like a good one, or the guy that's on his. Josh Jacobs probably the realistic because I like to think the Bears have a good passing defense, but who knows? That's a dumpster fire this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only saving grace that I have is that hopefully Ty Spears just puts up 0.4 like he did last week. I don't know.
He put up 0.4 last week? Oh. He put up 8.1.
I was like whoever Seth played last week, they put up like 0.4 and 0.6.
Oh, yeah, that was like Tank Bigsby.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Zach Moss he could have dropped Zach Moss instead of Ravens defense. Let me go pick him up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, give me Seth just for the parody. I think this will be a good one. And obviously, wish you two would have been playing some other 4 and 6 teams, just selfishly, but
yeah, I think I finished the season against a couple 4 and 6 teams. I think I get Parker again. I get Jasper again.
That's what I like to hear.
Do I get Jamie again? I might get Jamie again.
Sounds like something that could exist. Alrighty. Let's peep the projected playoff bracket here. Yeah. I bet you like it now. Are you in your little...
Yeah, I didn't realize that there was only 4 games left in the regular season. My God.
Yeah, not a lot of time left to do maneuvers. Yeah, this is a huge game for Seth because he probably puts himself... What's his points for? Okay, so he'll need to outscore Jamie to really get in there. But obviously, if Jamie loses, which is possible, could happen.
Yeah, like this week is huge for me because I feel like if I win this week, that kind of locks up the bye, which would be nice.
Yeah, especially if you win and Jamie loses, which is certainly possible. Yeah, they would all be there. Yeah, look at that. Look at all these 4 and 6 lads and 3 and 7. It's a nice little distribution down in the toilet bowl. Not horrible. Not horrible.
Toilet bowl is always fun to pay attention to.
This would be an exciting playoffs. I feel like the Lamb brothers are both in there. Like this would be. I'd be okay with this. Maybe get Eddie out there, put someone else in. Me.
I don't know if I would like that playoff more. I don't know.
It'd be nice if the Lamb brothers could play each other somehow, but obviously Seth trying to get a bye.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it could end up at the 3-6 game.
Actually, if I remember correctly, they play each other. Seth has a chance to do the funniest thing. Oh, that's him at the university. I think they play in the final week. They do play in the final week of the season. All right, mark your calendars. Week 14.
That could be Brad's playoff hopes and Seth's bye hopes.
That'll be crazy. That'll be crazy. I guess I probably should have had something white on the side, make me blue. But already, all right, everyone, make sure to set your players. That would be helpful. That would be good. Nice. Set a full lineup in there, and then hey, other words of positivity.
I guess you can still make trades at this point. Trade deadline should be coming up soon, though.
I think it's like in 2 weeks. Or something. Yeah, the trade deadline's like everywhere, and then our trade deadline's like the 27th.
You trade all season. I mean, you can trade until the end of the season if you want to.
Yeah, we can fire.
You want guys with toilet bowl?
I probably should. Although an excuse to drink 4 beers and run a mile. It's like most of the stuff I love to do. A timed mile? Oh, baby, let's go.
When was the last time you ran a timed mile?
I was trying to get Parker to run out there and run with me in a timed mile, but didn't happen. I want to see if I can break 7. That would be my beer mile goal, would be break like 10 probably.
Break 10. How fast do you think you can chug 4 beers?
That's going to be the
I feel like that's... Are you spending more time chugging beers or running?
Probably more time vomiting, I think. It's a realistic chance that I lose the whole league, and that is just brutal. All right, Schmeat Nation, have a good Thursday. We'll see y'all on the flip.